Hello there, Whipper here, and once again, welcome back to another mod showcase. And today, guys, I'm going to be showing you a mod called the Realistic Animals mod, which overhauls and changes the behavior of animals to be more like real life. Because normally in Minecraft, animals don't starve to death because they don't have like a food system, and they also don't reproduce naturally. You have to give them wheat to make them reproduce and grow their population, but thanks to this mod, that all changes. Now, animals in the wild, like just roaming around your world, have to eat to survive, and if they don't eat, they end up starving to death. And if their population grows too big, so like there's 100 cows, and there's not enough food in the area to sustain them, then some of the cows will end up dying of starvation, which is very realistic. And also, they will reproduce naturally. So once they eat grass, I believe it says that in the mod topic, that once they eat grass, they'll reproduce, and that can happen quite a lot, so your population can grow exponentially. But that won't happen because of the starvation mechanic. It's pretty cool, actually. So yeah, you don't have to worry about making them reproduce. They'll do that naturally, and it looks like it's happened over here. And wow, there's some crap on the floor. That's already happened. And yeah, that's another mechanic I'm going to show you in a bit. But one more thing I need to show you is that animals now are scared of you, so they'll run away from you, which makes hunting them and killing them a lot harder. Hello there, pig. Am I scary? You can see it just bolted away from me. It's really scared of me, and that pig just ate grass. And that just shows you, they eat grass to survive, and that's how they stop themselves from being hungry. And look at that pig go. That's really quick. Look at that. That's one super speedy pig, that is. Wow, Sonic pig. So yeah, that's pretty much another mechanic that this mod adds into the game. But now I'm going to go on to the new blocks and items that this mod adds, and also some of the new ways of hunting mobs, because of course it's going to be a lot more harder to kill them now because they're so quick and they run away from you. You're going to need some new ways of killing them. So, first up, we have a very lovely new block called Excreta, which is pretty much just animal feces. I know it's lovely. And pretty much animals will randomly, poo on the ground all over your world, ruining the landscape, and it's going to look quite ugly. So you'll just see piles of excreta everywhere. But yeah, you can actually mine this with a shovel and then, pick up poo and then just walk around with it, because why wouldn't you want to? You just have like an inventory full of excreta, just lovely stuff. But then you can pile it up and leave it to ferment, and then over time it will turn into manure. And then you can actually mine this to get some manure, and this is actually used to craft some stuff later on, and I'll get to that a bit later on. But another feature of this excreta is that if you place it on dirt, it'll slowly dissolve over time and convert the dirt below to grass. And that goes for sand as well. So if you place it on sand, then the sand over time will be converted into dirt. And this has a lot of useful applications when you think about it, because it's really hard to get grass to grow underground when you're trying to make like an underground garden. And then you have to try and make the grass like spread all the way underground by making a stupid little path down underground. And it takes forever, or you could just get a silk touch, but that's difficult because it's very rare to get that. But now you can just simply solve this by finding some mobs, getting some excreta, placing it on top of your dirt underground, and then it will be converted straight into grass, and then that can start spreading. Very useful. But there's also another feature of this, and that is that it acts like sand. So if I place it at the top here, you can see it drops just like sand, although it does have a little glitch where it looks like, wow, look at that, it piles up, that's really cool. So yeah, it acts like snow, and you can pile it up, and yeah, there we go. So that's another feature of it. And then finally, we've got the disease aspect of this. So it won't affect you, but animals it does. So if animals walk around in their own poo too long, then they'll start getting potion effects which harm them, and it'll take about a day for them to die, but they will eventually die of the disease that they've contracted from the poo, which is pretty horrible, really. Dying because of your own feces, just lovely. But yeah, so that's the first feature of this mod. But then next up, we've got this really weird named block called Niterbed, or Knitterbed. I don't know how to say that. It's one of those things. And this is what it looks like. Well, it doesn't actually look like this to begin with. It actually looks like this to begin with. But over time, it will ferment, and it will get lighter and lighter. And then once it gets to white in colour, then you can mine it with a shovel and get some Saltpeter, which is this stuff here. And I don't think this has any use in this mod. It's just another item that you can use for some other mods, maybe. But I haven't seen any crafting recipes that actually use this. But to actually craft this Niterbed, you're going to need that manure I just showed you how to obtain, some wood ash, which you actually get from smelting saplings in a furnace, And then, in addition to this, you just need 4 wheat and some dirt in the center. So it's not too difficult to obtain. And yeah, the only benefit of this is to obtain saltpeter, and you can also use it to build buildings. And you can make some like old Victorian-styled houses by making using the white version of this once it's fermented, and it looks very authentic. I quite like that. But then next up, I'm going to move on to the weapons that this mod adds, and also this herbicide item. But first up, we've got these tendons, because you're going to need to get these to craft some of the weapons. And these tendons you get from killing mobs. So let's just spawn down some cows and kill them. Have I got a sword anywhere? Yeah, there we are. So let's just spawn down some pigs. That's all do. No, come back here. No, okay. Oh, I activated my pitfall trap. This is really bad. Let me just rebuild this. You did not see anything. I'll show you this later. Oh, I forgot. It's not as simple as just killing animals now because, yeah, they just run away from you. Okay, I'll kill these because they're not running away from me. So much simpler. And you can see that one just dropped a tendon. And then you can use these in these other 2 items here to craft them. So, once you've got some tendons, you can use them to craft 2 new weapons, which are the slingshot and the bowler. And yeah, we're just going to start off with the slingshot here. So to craft the slingshot, you're going to need 6 sticks and a tendon in the top middle. And just ignore these random bamboo and river cane stuff. That's just from Biomes of Plenty, and they're classed as sticks. And that's really making the recipe look a lot more complicated than it actually is. It's just 6 sticks with a tendon in the top middle. And to use this, you're going to need to get some cobblestone as ammo in your inventory, and then just simply right click, like with a bow, to charge up the shot, and then just let go. And the thing I've noticed with shaders, I don't know if it's the same without shaders, but the projectile doesn't show up, so it's really hard to see whether you've actually fired it or not, and the only way of knowing is if you see the red effect of the mob once you hit it, if you hit it. And look at that. So you can just keep hitting the mobs, and wow, this is a really ineffective weapon. I mean, look at this. I've hit him about 6 times and the cow is still alive. This is madness, man. Oh, this weapon is awful. You may as well just use a bow. I mean, at least the ammo isn't too costly to use because it's just cobblestone. But still, it's a really ineffective weapon. Just go ahead and use a bow. Maybe I'm meant to be charging it up for longer? But it seems like the mobs aren't even being damaged by this. They just... Oh, finally! Yes! We have killed a cow! That took all of about 20 seconds. Yeah, probably not the best weapon to use if you're planning to hunt something. Unless I was charging it for too short a time period. That might be the case. Let's just charge up a full shot here. There's no charge meter, so I don't know how much it's charged, but we're just going to hold it down for a very long time and try and hit this cow. Nope, it still didn't die. Okay, it's just a useless weapon. But next up, we've got the bowler. Anyway, this one is really cool. I really have fun using this, because if you just hold down the right mouse button with this thing, it spins around. Look at that. It's amazing. It's like a nunchuck or something, and it's just so cool. You just spin it around and then release it. Look at that. And you can actually see this one, and it hits the mob, and it gives them a weakness or slowness effect. I believe that's the slowness effect by the particle colour, which means you can catch up to the mob easier and then finish it off with a sword. But just look at that. It's such a cool animation. Let's just throw it vertically. See what happens here. Yeah, look at that. That's incredible. I love it. Oh, I just hit myself. And what potion effect have I got? Yeah, it is slowness 4. So yeah, and you can hit yourself with it. And no, I'm not going to hit the sheep. Poor sheep. And look at that. Oh, it's so cool. I don't know what it is about this weapon. It's just so fun to use. Look at that. It's so cool. Completely new mechanic. And yeah, that's the bowler. But by the way, you can actually pick these up after you've fired them, but only if they don't hit a mob. And yeah, you have to keep crafting them over and over, and they're crafted using a tendon in the center, and then 4 stone. So, next up we have an item called Herbicide, and this pretty much just kills crops and grass and stuff like that. So if I just place down some bone meal here and grow some grass, and then use this herbicide on the grass, like so, you can see when I hold it down, it just, clears up the grass. It's not the most effective thing in the world, but you can see here it's actually changing the colour of the grass slightly. And where you use the herbicide, you'll change the colour of the grass, and it should kill off, like that, all of the grass. But it doesn't seem to be killing off the flowers, only the grass. That's interesting to note. What about wheat, though? I'm not even sure if it works on wheat. Can I quickly show this? I don't know. Let's get a hoe and also some seeds. And let's grow some wheat quickly and see if it works on the wheat. Right, let's just place that down. And what about if we use some herbicide on this? Nope, it doesn't seem to work on wheat, so you can't kill your own wheat crops, which is pretty useful actually, because you don't want to kill your wheat crops while you're trying to clear the grass around it, do you? So yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about the herbicide. But now let's move on to this next thing, which is the trough. And the trough is just like a way of feeding tamed animals. But the problem is, I don't actually know how to tame animals. So let's just try this. We've got some pigs over here. What about seeds? Do you like seeds? No. In the mod topic, it seems to like suggest that you can tame pigs and cows and stuff like that, and then they can eat from this trough when you place stuff in it, and then stop them from starving. But I'm not sure how this works. So yeah, I can't find the item that you use to tame them. But apparently that is a feature, but I really did want to see like the animals eating this, but I just can't get it to work. And if you're thinking it might be for horses and wolves, I've tried that as well, and it doesn't seem to work. So I have no idea how this works. But yeah, it's a cool item, and you can place items into it and take them out just by right-clicking on it. So we've got some wheat here, you can just place that in, and then right-click to take it out. And what about carrots? Let's try some carrots out here. Let's get some carrots, and then place them in. Yeah, it works with carrots as well. And what about if I place down a pig? Go to the carrots. No, it dislikes me. And oh no, the pig has fallen in the trap. I think that was a different pig. Oh, they're so dumb. They just get stuck in this trap all the time when I'm trying to show you it. I probably should have put a wall around it so it wasn't kept being, like, activated. But pretty much how this works is, to use this pitfall trap, you need to craft something called a trap cover. And the trap cover is just 5 sticks arranged like this, in like a cross pattern, and then you place it down like I just did, and then you put some bait on top of the trap, which the pig likes, like, I don't know, carrots. So you can just place down some carrots on top, and then if you spawn a pig, you'll find that the pig automatically, like, should go for the carrots. Nope, it doesn't like the carrots that time. Look, there's carrots there, you like them. Go to the carrots. This is what they showed on the mod topic, and apparently pigs will, like, gravitate towards the carrots. Not, like, gravitate, they don't, like, get pulled towards it. That would be a bit weird. But they do go for the carrots, apparently. But it's not working. Just walk into the trap. Why is it that when I want them to walk on the trap, they don't, and when I don't want them to, they do? They're so disobedient. Come on, just go on the trap. You want the carrots. No, just, I give up. You can see that it did work. There's a pig down there. It obviously was activated. Oh, that is awful. Come on, man. I just want to show you the trap, and I can't. Anyway, that's the pitfall trap. If you do it correctly, it's effective. If you don't, it clearly isn't. Just make sure you're not looking at the pigs when you want them to fall in the trap, because they won't if you want them to. Because that's how pigs work. They're really annoying. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the items in this mod though. There's nothing else I need to show you. It's a pretty cool mod that just makes it more realistic. Well, makes the animals more realistic in your world and makes them like act more naturally because they don't reproduce normally and now they do. And look at that poo, it's really piling up inside here. Oh, it's awful. I'm surprised none of them have got diseases yet. And all the chickens are dead. Did I kill them? I don't think I killed them. So have they died of disease? They must have died of disease. That's the only possible scenario for this. They must have died from a disease. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much everything for the Realistic Animals mod. If you've enjoyed this mod showcase, please remember to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll be seeing you next time.